Previously on TSR Live.
As men, we are not the same, guys. We place the most value in the way a woman looks, period. I've talked about this before. A woman could be kind, she could be feminine, she could abide by traditional gender roles, but if she's fat, if she's unattractive, we'll never find out. We'll never find out about all of her attributes because we don't want to fuck her. Call us shallow, call us perverts, call us whatever you want. That's how we are as men. And those who admit this out loud and communicate this to the women that they're interested in are the men that women respect enough to stay fit for.
And now your man, Donovan Sharp.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp. Take two. I just attempted to do my first ever megacast, and it looks like I've run into all kinds of technical issues. What I am trying to do is I am trying to stream live to YouTube, to both of my YouTube channels. I'm streaming live to Facebook as well as Twitter. And for whatever reason, it looks like I am live on, it looks like I'm live on Twitter. Looks like I am live on Facebook. But both of my YouTube channels doesn't look like I'm live, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm gonna have to get with technical support. You know, listen, these things happen. This is my first crack at this. I guess call it my second crack at it. But the show must go on. So for all my YouTube viewers who are, you know, looking for the live show, I do apologize. I do apologize. I mean, I'm supposed to be on both YouTube channels, and evidently it is not working out that way. So, but again, you know, hey, the show must go on. That's just how it goes. It is Tuesday, December 19th, 2017. Like I said, this is our very first megacast, meaning that we are attempting to do this megacast thing, both YouTube channels, Facebook and Twitter, etc., etc. I imagine the video will be available after I get done streaming. Brand new way to contribute to the show. You can do that, there we go. You can do that through streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp. The advantage here, guys, is that 100% of your donation goes to the show. There's no fee for you guys, and I'm not charged a fee on my end. You can still donate through Super Chat or through my PayPal link, but if you want all of your hard-earned dollars to go to the show, go to streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp. That is easily, that's going to be your best bet. That's going to be the best way that you're going to be able to do that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the show. The show must go on. I guess you know, even though this is kind of live, I still want my YouTube audiences to be able to, you know, to at least be able to watch the show. A lot of men are confused when their women cheat on them. You know, they kind of wonder out loud to their friends, well, how could she do this to me? I thought she loved me. Well, what should have happened right then and there is he should have said to himself, I got out of shape. You know, I stopped keeping her in line. I gave into all of her emotional shenanigans. But since most men don't have red pill awareness, most men blame her, and they say to themselves, well, she was just a slut. Fuck her. All women are hoes, etc., etc. Well, he might be half right. These men are half right when they do this kind of stuff. But what they're missing is the other half of the equation, which is that he may not have been the same person he was when they first got together. Yes, a lot of women cheat on their men for little to no reason at all. Regardless of how tight your game is, some girls just can't be tamed into submission, no matter how much you know about their nature. This is just how it is. If a woman gets fucked by enough cocks, guys, eventually she's going to lose all ability to pair bond with a male, meaning that she'll take another man's cock at some point down the line. It is now who she is. By the same token, it would behoove a man to keep his game tight and understand that even if his woman loves him, she still can't be trusted to her own devices. Men need to also understand that women do not love us for who we are. They love us for what we are. The whole, I want her to love me for me, that is a foolish mindset that we as men This mindset is what we as men have when we're looking for a woman to have a relationship. The whole just be yourself, and I'm using air quotes here, that's not going to cut it these days, guys. It's sad, but it's true. Women have way too many opportunities out here to step out on us with someone, of higher status, better finances, who's in better shape, has a bigger cock, better looking, etc., etc. Now, obviously, that's not the case all the time, but the fact of the matter is that if a woman finds another man she feels is better than you are, and that arouses her in ways that you don't, she's going to jump ship in a New York minute. But you also have to remember that she got with you for many reasons. And the minute you cease to be the things that attracted her to you in the first place is the minute she starts looking elsewhere. I actually talked about a few reasons why your girl might step out on you in episode 30. So you guys might want to check out episode 30 of TSR Live. So the next question is why don't women love men for who we are? The short answer to this is that women love differently than men. A man's love really is based on two basic principles: physical attraction and sexual loyalty. If a woman remains attractive and sexually loyal over a prolonged period of time, a man will eventually fall in love with said woman. Those two traits are built into women. They don't have to work at it or proactively try to stay attractive. They simply have to refrain from certain activities. In order to be the kind of woman that men fall in love with, all they have to do is not eat junk food and not sleep around. That's it. So if a woman shows temperance in those two areas, a man loves her for who she is. Now, a woman's love is generally predicated on three basic principles: physical attraction, the ability to physically protect her, and his financial status. There are more, but those are the main three. The difference here is that men have to be proactive to be the kind of man that women fall in love with. These traits are not built into men, gentlemen. We can't just sit back and wait to become men. We have to work out to build up our bodies. We have to learn to fight to protect ourselves and our women, and we have to learn how to effectively make and save money to achieve financial solvency. However, if a man does not proactively maintain his physical edge, his fighting skills, or his finances, he is no longer the same man, and that's where men go wrong with their women. Now, I talked about my failed marriage in episode 10, a red pill point of view on my failed marriage. You guys can go and check that out. It's actually a pretty good episode. Again, yes, she was a bad wife, but I'm man enough to admit that I wasn't much of a man to begin with. Understand this, guys. Men are made and women are born. That is the main difference between a man's love and a woman's love. The next thing you have to keep in mind is you cannot allow a woman to change you. The minute you become exclusive with a woman, she does her level best to civilize you, right? In other words, she tries to make changes in you to suit what she believes are her needs, what she thinks that she wants and needs. The problem is that women inadvertently sabotage their relationships with men if they are successful with changing these men. They don't really want you to change, but they don't know that they don't want you to change. What they really want is a man who sticks to his guns because of his convictions. If he bends to her will, she'll know that he was never really the man she fell in love to begin with. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? That's a shit test. Well, I want you to change. Donovan, I want you to shave your beard. Okay, I'll shave my beard. Okay, Donovan, I want you to change the way you dress. Okay, I'll change the way I dress. Then you get that Dear John letter. What does she always say? You're just not the same person I fell in love with. Of course, because you allowed her, she allowed you to change. You allowed her to change you. Illimitable Man sums up this particular doctrine perfectly in his article, Dominance and Submission. And I'll read you an excerpt here. It says, quote, "The man must act upon and mold a woman more than she does him. For if the woman is to act upon and mold the man, she will create something she finds aberrant or abhorrent. More simply and explicitly stated, a woman will mold a man into something she despises, but a man will mold a woman into something he loves." The bottom line here, guys, is that men create women they love. Women create men they grow to despise and ultimately hate. Do not submit to her whims ever. Stay who you are. So let me give you a simple example of this whole of this doctrine in action. Let's say that you meet a woman and you hit it off, right? You're in great shape. You got a great job, 6-figure salary. You're kicking life's ass. Not to mention that you've got red pill awareness and you know how to keep her ass in line, right? Let's say you lose your job. So now your income's gone. Let's say you stop working out, you get fat and out of shape, and you've stopped checking your woman and correcting her bad behavior. Understand this. Your woman will not love you because you have stopped being what you were when you met her. This is what happens. Girls would love to think that they would love a man no matter what, through thick and thin. But they don't. This isn't to say that this is a bad thing, because if a woman we loved were to get fat, bitchy, and start cheating, we would stop loving her too, all right? Love is conditional both ways. The point is that no matter what women say, they will only love you if you keep your high status, your high income, and your high physique, your high physical level. At the end of the day, guys, one might think that women are bad for falling out of love with a man who let himself go, but that's far from the truth. That's just not true. Knowing that a woman's love for you is conditional is what helps you to keep your edge. Too many men fall into the trap of thinking that their women would never fall out of love with them. They actually believe the wedding vows as she tearfully recites them while looking into his eyes. They're completely convinced that she will love him for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. A woman's love is as conditional as your performance on the job. Don't get that twisted, guys. Slip up in either department and you will find yourself back on the dating market. Straight up. TSR Live is brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. If you are looking for a caffeine-free energy boost with laser focus and enhanced mood for hours, look no further than Happy Hippo Kratom. They've got over 24 strains available at rock-bottom prices, and for a limited time, you can save an additional 25% when you pay with Bitcoin. That includes your shipping, guys. So go to happyhippoherbals.com today and take the first step in increasing your productivity and elevating your mood. That is happyhippoherbals.com. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharp. Like my Facebook page, TSR Live with Donovan Sharp. That's actually where I'm streaming this to now. I'm also streaming this on Twitter. And you can add me as well on my personal Facebook page. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharp. The Sharp Reality, no spaces, all one word, is where you can find me on Instagram. You can find the TSR archive on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, the Google Play app on your mobile device, and of course right here on YouTube. For all things Donovan Sharp, go to donovansharp.com. There you will also find the TSR archive. Every episode, guys, from beginning to end, which includes Sharp Shorts, TSR Sports Talk, The Sharp Reality, and of course, all editions, all 174 episodes of TSR Live. You can also access the columns I've written for Return of Kings and NegroManosphere.com under the Articles tab. I've got over 160 articles posted between the two sites for almost 4 years now. So if you want a solid supplement to the show, be sure to check those out. All right, so we have hit the halfway point, and looks like I'm still not streaming live on YouTube. Looks like I'm good to go on Facebook. And we're good to go on Twitter. Listen, I've got 36 viewers on Twitter, so my thanks goes out to you guys on Twitter, and you guys are tweeting the hell out of this. Shout out goes to the Family Alpha with the $50 donation. I appreciate that. Looks like this has been retweeted by Hunter Drew. I just got a reminder on my phone, Bowling League tonight at 7:30, so tonight is bowling night. Shout out to Rolo Tomasi, who has liked the video on Twitter. I had him on a little while back. So yeah, we ran into some technical difficulties here. I would love to be broadcasting this to my YouTube audience, but you know, these are technical issues. I'll end up getting these worked out, and at some point, yeah, tomorrow I'll have this all squared away, so then we can broadcast. I've got almost 6,000 subscribers on one channel, 1,000 on another, so that's 7,000. I've got 3,000, around about 3,000 YouTube or Twitter followers. So I want to make this thing available to 10,000 people. That was the goal. Try to increase the profile of the show. This was our maiden voyage with this megacast, so you know, like I said, these things happen. And I have put in a ticket here. Yeah, the Family Alpha says smooth. Jeremy Clay, TSR and Periscope. Good. Yeah, I'm looking at my dashboard here. It says Periscope is some kind of warning. Looks like my audio bit rate is too high. Looks like I've set it at one. Looks like I've got it at 157. It said recommended 96. So. But it looks like Facebook Live is doing well. That one's streaming nice and smooth. Shout out to the one viewer I've got there, whoever that is. Very nice. Okay, well, let us move to the second half of the show. Again, we're going to keep it high and tight. I got to go here pretty soon. Obviously, because Tuesday night is bowling night, and hopefully tomorrow we will have the hopefully tomorrow we'll have everything squared away. An often debated topic these days is a question that is asked mostly by women, and we've all heard this before. Why are men who sleep around with a lot of women called studs, but women who sleep around with a lot of men are sluts? Now, back in the day, women were discouraged from sleeping around in those days. And listen, there were multiple deterrents in place. Everything from social pressure, subsequent ostracization, the fabled scarlet letter, right? If there was a village slut town bicycle, to being relegated to destitution, and anything and everything was in between. What in between was on the table to make sure that females didn't become what they used to call tarts, harlots, floozies. This was basically the vernacular for sluts in those times. But after the sexual revolution of the 1960s, when women were encouraged to act like men sexually, females are passing their pussy around like it's Halloween candy. And more than 6 decades later, there are far more sluts walking around than women who don't sleep around. It's sad, but it's absolutely true. Now, over the years, and more recently the past 20 years or so, girls are asking why they're being shamed for the same behavior that men engage in. They realize that the term stud has a positive connotation, while the word slut has a negative connotation. So now we've got hoes running around bitching and complaining about being labeled something bad for doing the same things that the top 20% of the men are doing. Go fucking figure. Well, there are many, many reasons as to why this is, but two reasons that stick out to me make it very obvious. The first reason is biology. Biologically speaking, guys, females are much more valuable than males. A female has a limit on how long she can reproduce and how many offspring she can have. On the other hand, we as men, we can father an infinite number of offspring, and we can do so until death. In short, eggs are expensive, sperm is cheap. Simple math. There's also a much higher price that women pay when they become pregnant. They have to carry the kid for 9 months, which is obviously hard on her body with the weight gain, the stretch marks, everything going south. Then they have to have childbirth, which stretches out their vaginas if they don't get a C-section, and then they have to recover, then work out to lose all the baby weight, and then wait for their vaginas to return back to its regular form. That's a steep price to pay. We as men, on the other hand, we don't pay a price at all. We shoot our loads in the females, and that's that. Our bodies don't change, our hormones remain stable, and everything is the same as it was before we impregnated said woman. This is why we as men are much less discriminate about the females that we sleep with. The only contribution we have in reproduction is ejaculation, which is comparatively low, which is comparatively low to a female's investment. For this reason, biologically speaking, men are designed to be polygamous, while women are designed to be monogamous. Not talking about morality, I'm not talking about marriage, I'm talking on a biological, animalistic, primal level. Men are designed to be polygamous, while women are designed to be monogamous. Look at any lion pride. There's one lion who propagates the herd. He's got like 17 wives. They got one husband. This is how it works. We have infinite sperm, so we can stick our dicks in anything, consequences be damned. Females only have so many eggs, so they're designed to seek out the best genes, and when they do, they consolidate on those genes, meaning they're not supposed to be fucking every man with a smile, okay? But here's the problem. Women are every bit as indiscriminate as men are. That's the problem. They should be more selective in terms of who they sleep with because of the finite time in which they can give birth, but because of birth control, abortion, Plan B pills, and the removal of slut shaming, women are fucking dudes into the triple digits before they're 30 years old. All of these factors have completely removed the need to be selective about the men that they sleep with. If there's no risk of pregnancy and, or a backup plan, or, like a Plan B or abortion, should a woman become pregnant unexpectedly, they can just throw caution to the wind and fuck whoever they want, whenever they want. There used to be much more at stake for women sexually than men, but because of these safeguards, the risk isn't nearly as high for women these days. The dichotomy here, guys, is that high-value men tend to commit to women who've only slept with a few men, if any at all, virgins, the fabled virgin, and women are attracted to men with a lot of sexual experience with women. Sure, high-value men fuck sluts all day long, but their commitment is reserved for the chaste, virtuous woman. The bottom line here, guys, is that sluts give away what should be reserved for one man, but they don't. But because they don't, they lose respect of both men and women alike. Women who act like men should act sexually are just like men who act like women should sexually. And those are both unattractive to the opposite sex. In other words, slutty women are as unattractive as long-term prospects as men who don't get any pussy, and which basically biologically confirms this ironclad rule that most people don't want to acknowledge. The second reason, and this one's obvious, getting dick is easy. Getting pussy is not. Girls know that getting laid for girls is easy. All they have to be is there and willing. Just being a female, being present, and wanting to have sex is literally all that is required for women to get laid. That's it. Getting laid as a man, however, guys, it is anything but easy. Guys, think about this. Even if the guy is in great shape, drives a nice car, runs airtight game, his chances of fucking pretty girls are much more slim than the average looking woman getting dick for doing practically nothing but existing. A man who gets laid hits on a lot of women. Trust and believe, I've been there. A woman who gets laid a lot is turning down more offers than she is entertaining them. All right. A male version of a 10 has a much more difficult time fucking a female 6 or 7 than a female version of a 5 has fucking a male version of an 8. Female 3s and 4s and 5s, they get infinitely more dick than male 3s, 4s, and 5s get pussies, if at all. Because guess what? Male 3s, 4s, and 5s, they don't get pussy at all. That's how it is. The bottom line, guys, is that being a slut is easy. Sleeping with a lot of women is not. And we all know this. We as men will never know just how easy it is for women to get dick. As much as we're aware of the slutty, licentious, and impulsive nature of women who take different cocks all the time, women know it's much easier than even we will ever know. This is exactly why the overwhelming majority of slut shaming comes from females, because they know. A woman who brags about all the guys she's fucking is like a dude bragging that he woke up and brushed his teeth. That's the main difference between studs and sluts. A while back, Rollo Tomassi said that women are the gatekeepers to sex, men are the gatekeepers to commitment, and he is 1000% correct. This is why we as men want more than anything to learn how to fuck pretty girls on the regular, and that nothing is more important to females than to lock down a man of value or to get married. Women can get dick anytime they want, but getting a man to commit to her long term is the real challenge. And that's why women shame each other for being sluts, but they congratulate one another on getting engaged because they know one is easier than the other. It's the same way with men, but it's the opposite. It's easy for us as men to get a girl to want to commit and to get married because it's what they want. But we give each other high fives when we fuck a bunch of bitches while we're trying to talk another one out of getting married because we know life is over at that point. Men of value don't commit to sluts for obvious reasons. They're sluts. On the flip side, women aren't attracted to men who want to commit too soon. A man who asks a woman to be his girlfriend after just 3 dates is the male version of a slut. He is giving away what is easy for him to give away, just like women giving away their pussies for next to nothing. It is the same thing. Women who give away their pussies for free are sluts. Men who give away commitment for free are male versions of sluts. You guys see how that works? People are shamed for doing what's easy and then bragging about it as if it takes some sort of effort. People are praised for accomplishing what is difficult. Getting dick is easy for women, getting pussy for men is not, and that is the definitive reason why sluts are admonished and studs are admired. Plenty of ways to contribute to the show. You can donate via Super Chat right here on YouTube, or you can do like the Family Alpha and drop a donation into the tip jar. You can also leave a little something in the tip jar on the PayPal link at the top of my homepage, donovansharp.com, or you can subscribe to Donovan's Den on Patreon. Guys, whether you are looking for a jumpstart in your red pill development, or you need a refresher course, Living the Red Pill Life, subscribe to Donovan's Den. It's just $5 a month on Patreon. I've talked about getting over approach anxiety, dealing with shit tests, substances that can and will change your life for the better, how to become more attractive to beautiful women before even learning game, undercover slut tells that the vast majority of men are completely clueless about. A couple weeks back, I gave you guys 3 ways to keep your girl from fucking her coworkers, and what was it? Yesterday, I released part 2 of my villain series. All right. what this does is this details how taking on certain villainous traits, short of committing crimes, will get you more pussy than you ever dreamed. To get access to this valuable information, do what the other 157 men have already done, and subscribe to Donovan's Den today on Patreon for just $5 a month. That is less than 17 cents a day, gentlemen. That's not a lot of coin for a lot of great information. You can find the link on my website in the description of this episode, my YouTube channel homepage, or you can go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharp to subscribe. Let's do another check here. The chat. Looks like everyone, wow, looks like I have gotten a crap load of followers here. So I appreciate. So it looks like bittersweet launch here. Bittersweet launch here. I've got 35 viewers on let's see. Looks like give me a second here. Yep, 35 viewers on Twitter, so a good turnout there. Still got only one on Facebook. Listen, I had to relaunch the show, and people who are watching on Facebook were probably like, dude, fuck this. This guy just stopped the show. I'll come back when the bugs are fixed. No problem. Again, for my guys that are going to be watching this on delay on YouTube, I'm going to get these bugs worked out. I'm still not live to YouTube, so I don't really know what the problem is there. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and you know, work out some of these bugs, see what's going on there. The one person watching on YouTube is actually me because I'm monitoring the channel. So good turnout tonight, and hopefully we can bring in the other 7,000 potential followers that I have on YouTube. Frank Baumgarten says Twitter works well. Very good. Very good. I think that says Prophenoxophy. Wow, that's a hell of a name. Says respect. Good to see you out here. BM Mooks with the like on Facebook. Appreciate that. Nigel Diggs says Facebook is useful again. Thanks. Excellent. To hear the rest of this episode. Oh, wait a minute. That's gonna do it for this episode of TSR Live. Man, running into all sorts of issues here. My thanks to the Family Alpha for the $50 donation. Thank you to all of my Twitter followers and viewers. My apologies for the technical difficulties. We will try to have that ironed out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow.